Hello. So I wanted to discuss a little bit about Greenland. And it's like you're getting the hood of your parka over your head. But if you do Greenland, I know that every deaf person would understand because many people don't know a specific sign for a country or a city. So if you did Greenland, fine. But Greenland is like you got a parka, you got the hood, and you're putting it over your head, right? So that's an easy one to remember. So Greenland. So there's been a lot of discussion about this. I'm not going to go into the political part, but I did want to kind of discuss a little bit about because it's discussed a lot. So if we take the globe, so I'm going to do W for world, that is the sign, or you can do G for globe, but it is an initialized sign for world. And then you're going to draw your globe. So it's round, right? So you need to do that to explain where Greenland is. So we've got our globe, and then on top is Greenland, and it's white, and it's a huge island. So you have your globe, and you have Greenland here, right? You've got to establish it. And then you want to say the U.S. is here. And then Russia is over here. So this is the top of the globe. We've got the U.S. and then we have Russia. So we have the United States and then we have Canada, Greenland, and then over here on this side as it's going down, we have Russia. Or you could do Russia, either one. And I think this is the sign I learned, and this is another sign for Russia. So with Greenland on top and with the American continent here, and then you have, let's do Russia over here. Greenland is like in the middle. So that's why the U.S., and I'm going to tell you back in history that many presidents have, we have military presence. So I said presence. They've set up there, on the coast of Greenland. And it's because during the Cold War, we all had this nuclear bomb. And so we wanted to be ready to use it against our enemies if necessary. But because everyone had it, that's why it was called the Cold War. It was just like, hold on, I had that too. Okay, everyone had that same weapon. Remember, weapon is spelled unless you're going to use several categories of that, like a gun or a knife or something like that. Just like jewelry. Jewelry is a category. I mean, it's a statement, but you have to do a ring and a bracelet, necklace. So I didn't want to get off track. So everyone had it. So even in the Cold War, we have had a presence there in Greenland. Now, our president that we have now, he is vocalizing it and is not keeping it a secret and saying, yes, we want more military presence there. So we can be ready to have like a rocket or whatever weapon so we can be closer to Russia. And I went back to my old sign. But you'll see that, right? I mean, that's normal. So that's why Greenland is important. It's not just right now. It's been important for many presidents back in the day. So it's not new. It is old, but now it's just being vocalized. Before, they just didn't say anything. So now, and so if he's wanting to like buy land, where he wants some military presence, that may be different, but we've always had a presence there. So many people are protesting. Remember, we pick up our stick and we hold our sign up and we protest. That's the protest. And you can even do this like you're marching protest. Against that and the different countries, but Greenland, because it's full of snow and ice, it can't really grow its own food, back in the day they ate mostly, seafood. So it has to be sent in. So many countries take care of Greenland and have more of a presence where they, give them money, they give them food and that kind of thing. So that's why the U.S. wants to have, or maybe own some land or have more presence there. They've always had that. For a long time. I'm not going to say like always, since the beginning, but for a very long time they've had a military presence there. So it's not new. So you may want to kind of research that if you want to. But I just wanted to kind of give everybody an idea of why Greenland is important. And I don't think that the U.S. is wanting to destroy their culture or to destroy their language or to destroy their land. It's because they're in the middle, right? If you're in the middle, then you're important. Because here's the American continent, and here is Russia, or that Eastern Europe is over on this side, and Greenland's on top. Just like where like Italy and all that is, Malta is a very small island, and it's very important because it's in the middle of different huge countries and land continents. And so that was an important place, and there's many conflicts that happen in Malta. So if you want to kind of research it, that would be good too. So for your just so you know what's going on. And Greenland is important because it's in the middle. So anyway, practice and see how you can set up your world and your land masses, right? Your countries. I don't say countries, I just, because it's a land mass, like it's a continent, which is a land mass. So where would you put them? How would you set that up? Anyway, have fun with it, and I'll see you later. Bye.